Okay, what's up YouTube? My name is Galen and this is Galen's Gadgets. I want to thank you so much for joining my channel today. And if you have not already, please do not forget to like and subscribe. It would definitely mean a lot to me. So today I'll actually be going over my full review of this wearable right here. This is the Amazfit GTR 2. This is definitely one of my favorite smartwatches that I've ever owned, and in my opinion it's the best looking. I'll tell you why I think that a little bit later, but yeah, this is a very solid mid-range device. I say mid-range because it's definitely like on the middle spectrum in terms of features and price. You can get this for like around $150 to around $170, so it's not the cheapest, but it's definitely not as expensive as like a Apple Watch or a Samsung Watch, which would usually like cost double. And the compromise is definitely not like that much. I'll go over that later when I talk about like the features, but yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite wearables that I've picked up, and I'll just be going over my full review on this today. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and yeah, let's hop into this video.
About to be on, been on this mission since I first left home. Packed up my bags like I'm grown. Told myself to show myself to do no wrongs. Like I'm about to be on, been on this mission since I first left home. Packed up my bags like I'm.
Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is the build quality. So again, this is my favorite looking smartwatch that I've ever owned, and that says a lot because like I've had devices that like cost like well above this, such as the MIDRANGE TicWatch Pro 3, but this still looks the best, and it's been extremely durable for me. So this is a stainless steel perimeter. This is on the Amazfit GTR 2, the classic version. I believe the sports version is made of like an aluminum material, but this classic version is made of stainless steel. And what I like about it, these silver accents just look like really good in my opinion, and it looks good on pretty much any band that you put on it. Again, these bands are like really replaceable. All you have to do is just like go on Amazon and look at 22mm bands, and all of these quick release bands are pretty much universal. So yeah, you'll be able to customize that to your liking. But yeah, the back of this, it feels really good because this is like a more plasticky material. You can hear it. It's a pretty soft material, so that just makes the experience a lot more comfortable. And yeah, this stainless steel is extremely durable. I'm pretty clumsy, so I tend to like knock my watch up against like corners when I'm like turning a corner. But yeah, I still have not seen like any visible scratches on that, so that's very nice. In terms of the screen, you can see it's a little curve towards the top of it. They call this their 3D screen. I think it looks pretty nice. Probably wouldn't notice it on like another watch. It's something I don't really notice every day, but it does look nice like when I pay attention to it. You can see it lifts right above the edge just a little bit. Yeah, but in terms of the screen quality, this is a very good screen. This is completely AMOLED, a 326 ppi, so everything is like really crisp and vibrant. You can see that black is like really black, and it does have an always on mode, which is great, so you don't always have to turn your watch on to like check the time. I think that's pretty good. And then you can see the colors look really good as well. Just go to the menu. Yeah, you can see those colors right there. And the screen is pretty smooth. I don't know what the refresh rate on it is, but not a lot of lag, and not a lot of negative experiences on the screen. Another thing I really like about this screen is that you do get the option for automatic brightness. So right there you can see by pressing that you can turn on a automatic brightness setting, so it will adjust like based on your environment. So if you're outside, of course it will use a brighter display, and when you're inside it will power down, as you guys just saw. Okay guys, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is the battery life. So the battery life is definitely a highlight on this watch, mainly because it does not have as many like premium and power consuming features as like your Apple Watch or your Galaxy Watch or your Wear OS watch. Those usually last like between 1 and 3 days. With this, I get between 10 and 12 days. So like around only goes down like around 10% a day, which is just absolutely phenomenal. I believe that's the highest that I've gotten like on any wearable. So yeah, the battery life on this is great with my usage. So I mainly use it to check notifications. I don't do too much else on the actual watch. I do track workouts every once in a while. I'd say like around 2 to 3 times a week. So yeah, that's just my battery life experience with this. This will vary just based on how much you use certain features, like tracking your workouts, or Amazon Alexa, or your offline voice assistant, or checking the weather, things like that, because it does like connect to the watch app, so that will take up more battery. So now to the software and the features on this watch. So I'm just going to go over the UI of the actual watch first, and then I will show you guys how the ZEB app works, which is the app that runs this watch. So first of all, I just really like the basic navigation of this watch. Swiping down just gives you like a few quick toggles. Okay, and then swiping up actually gives you access to notifications. I'll go more in depth in that in a second. Swiping to the left or right, this is actually configurable, so you can choose whatever you want. How I have it, I have the like my fitness goal first, then another spot for fitness goals, and then I believe that is the heart rate monitor, and then weather, and then my music player. And then this is just a spot where you have just like different cards. So right at the top I have Alexa, and then weather again, activity goals, and then an alarm. So yeah, all of this is super configurable in the ZEB app. I will show you guys that later. But let me just talk about the notification system really quickly. So as you can see, this is a great example. So this is a notification from YouTube. So the notifications do come in fine when it's like connected to the ZEB app. I'll go over connectivity more when I talk about the ZEB app specifically, but yeah, notifications are really good when it's actually connected to the ZEB app. No issues with that at all. But what I do have issues with is just like the labeling of the notifications. I don't know why, especially like since this is a modern smartwatch, this should definitely have at least the app name on there for YouTube. As you can see, it doesn't. It just says app, and then it says tech tablets. I mean, you get a little more information when you actually open it up, but I just don't think that's good enough. That just looks like really cheesy, just having the word app on there. It only is, that notification system is only supported with certain apps, like as you can see right here. That's a Twitter notification. You can see the Twitter icon. So yeah, I don't like how it doesn't support every app. I just feel like they could at least like throw the name up, or like leave an initial of the app or something. But just having app, I just don't think that's a good I don't think that's a good idea. But yeah, overall the software is really user friendly and very customizable through the ZEB app. You do get some when you click on that top button, you can go to a menu as well. So these are like all of your apps on the watch. So I do believe there are more, but you can configure what apps you want to show in your menu. And then I have the bottom button set up to go start a workout. You can customize the bottom button as well. So let me go to settings. So yeah, you have a ton of settings to choose from. You could do watch face settings. You can change your watch face again. Okay. And then you do have your network and connection settings. You can connect this up to another Bluetooth device. So that's nice. So if you want to like listen to music from your watch, you can do that after you download music onto your watch actually. You got some display settings. You can adjust the brightness, the screen on duration. You can turn your always on display off or on, and you can set it up to light up when you receive a notification. Okay, you do get some sound settings as well. Okay, and then some other user preferences. So for the price, I believe this watch definitely has like a lot of extra features that other watches at this price don't have. So that's why I say this is like a borderline flagship watch. You could definitely use this as a very good like Galaxy Watch or Apple Watch alternative. It does have speakers on the back, a speaker and a microphone, and that's not for no reason. You can actually take phone calls on this watch. That's something I would never do, so I always disable that. One good thing about the microphones is that it does have Alexa support. So if you just go into there, you do have to make sure you set up your Amazon account in the ZEB app. That's how you get Alexa to work. So let me just press Alexa. Who was the #1 pick in the 2021 NBA draft? Okay, and that's Cade Cunningham. As some of you know, I'm a Pistons fan, so that's great news. Really excited to see what Cade does in Detroit. And another very useful feature, it does have a offline voice assistant as well. So that one is a lot more sensitive. You have to word it exactly how it has it in the ZEB app. I'll show you guys some of those commands later when I go over the ZEB app, but you could say things like just start workout or something like that. Very basic controls with the offline voice assistant. So if you're like going off somewhere without your phone, you could use that offline voice assistant instead of Alexa. So that's a really good feature to have. And I really like the weather app as well. The weather app looks great. It's a lot of information in the weather app. I think that's really nice. So yeah, that's really about it. Those are like the major features that I wanted to cover on the features. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the app that is compatible with the Amazfit GTR, and that is the ZEB app. So you can easily find this on the Play Store. ZEB is spelled Z-E-P-P. So yeah, in terms of connectivity, that is something that I've had an issue with. It's just like not the most reliable compared to like other phone apps. Something I hope updates will eventually fix. That's one issue that I've had. The ZEB app does not connect the best. Sometimes I highly suggest making sure that you turn battery optimization off so that this always runs in the background, and when you turn off your phone, this will kill your connection with your watch. So when you turn it back on, you have to make sure you open up the ZEB app manually as well. So those are just a few tips that I give on the ZEB app. Usually with any like app that's compatible with the smartwatch, I highly suggest doing those steps. But yeah, overall I really like the UI of the ZEB app. The fitness data looks really good. This is like my first time seeing like a lot of ads. Every once in a while I get like an ad pop up. This is my first time like in a few days playing with this. I don't know if an update did that or what, but yeah, the fitness tracking and everything looks really good on the ZEB app. I just really like the UI of this. So yeah, lots of data there to choose from. This middle section is pretty much like a help section. They call it the enjoy section. The most useful thing that I found in this section is this offline audio command word. So I'll tell you guys about that offline voice assistant. You have to like say words exactly how they want you to, pretty much. So here's just an example. If you want to open up a specific app, you have to say open and then plus the app name. So for example, just open weather. So let me see if that will work right now. Open weather. So yeah, that's what worked. If you said like please open my weather or something like that, it wouldn't work. So that section is very useful in the enjoy section of the ZEB app. So yeah, these are basically like all tips and tricks or quick settings that you can choose quickly. This last section, this is the most important section. These are all of your watch sections. I wish it was like built a little differently. I wish like this was just like a whole section in itself, like all of this all of these watch settings right here. I wish this was a section by itself, but yeah, I really can't change that. So yeah, let's just go over like what's included in the watch settings. So right here, that's the store. These are all of your watch faces. Okay, so and then you have a spot for your notifications and reminders, so you can set up notifications like per app. All of the apps that ZEB support will be in here. You have a standard reminder, you can turn that on or off. Your text messages, you can turn that on or off, or your fitness goal notifications, you can turn that on or off. You do also have health monitoring sections. You could just turn off what health trackers you want, turn off or on what health trackers you want, or set up anything that you want automatically. Okay, so let's go to watch settings. So most of these settings are actually on the watch as well. Just gonna let you look at that for a second. Okay, so app list management, this is like the menu section on your watch. So what you want, display it on the menu. You can arrange that here in what order and everything. Okay, shortcut cards. So this is like the shortcuts to the left of your screen. Okay. Let me go back, and then here just like some other settings such as your phone. I never set that up because I would never talk from the phone from my watch, but you can also like set it up so that you're notified when you're getting a call. Those are your music settings. So if you want to download music, you could actually download it from your phone and it will appear on your Amazfit watch. So it does have like a little bit of space for you to add music on. Here are your weather settings. And there are your alarm settings, schedule settings, and Alexa. This is how you would set up Alexa right here. You just have to sign in from your Amazon account in this spot. So yeah, you guys can see the rest of those settings, and that's pretty much it on this ZEB app. Okay, so the last thing that I will cover is the fitness tracking on this device. So it has multiple sensors on the back. Some of the things that these are tracking are the air pressure sensor, acceleration, blood oxygen level, heart rate tracking. It does have a 3-axis sensor to assist the GPS in terms of like your location and everything. It has a gyroscope sensor, tons of sensors on the back, tons of features that you can use for fitness tracking. The features that I use the most, of course, are the heart rate, just like my general steps, and then the sleep tracking. So the sleep tracking is definitely on par with the Mi Band 6, and as I said before, the Mi Band 6, it has been the most accurate sleep sensor for me personally, and this is definitely up there. In terms of like the step tracking, I also think this is like very accurate, and in terms of the heart rate monitoring, it has been pretty accurate as well. And this is actually one of the first devices in which I could actually use the blood oxygen level sensor. As you can see, I can't really do it right now because it's not on my wrist, but a lot of devices have issues like reading my skin tone, just because like the light is not strong enough to like penetrate my darker skin. I've had that issue with like very high-end watches like such as the TicWatch Pro 3 that would not read my wrist at all for blood oxygen level or even like heart rate monitoring. So that's the main reason I got rid of that. But yeah, the Amazfit has had no issues with it. It has tracked my blood oxygen level 100% of the time. So yeah, let me just show you guys this really quickly. So you guys saw earlier that I programmed this bottom button to work to go straight to my workout. So you see there are a ton of options to choose from, and you can edit that list or you can add more. Yeah, tons of different options to choose from. And I also like that you can actually is it? Okay, you can go to activities and you can view like your previous workouts that you recorded manually. And what I love about this watch is that it has inbuilt GPS as well, so you do not need to take your phone when you're working out for it to track your steps or anything, or even like your location, because this GPS works on its own. So I think that's really helpful. So yeah, that's about all I want to cover on the fitness tracking. Okay, so overall, I definitely think this is one of the best mid-range smartwatches that you can find right now. It's not as high-end as like your Galaxy or Apple devices. You cannot download like any third-party apps on this device, but still, I think this is like a killer bang for your buck just because of all of what it does and just like the overall build quality. This is definitely like a killer bang for your buck. Like, I definitely think this should be costing like closer to $200, but they did a good job with the pricing of this watch. You could definitely get it for closer to $150 now, which is a great deal. Really good to see what Amazfit is doing with this GTR series. Very beautiful watch. Tons of features to choose from, very accurate fitness tracking. Battery life has been insane on this thing. Again, I'm getting like close to 10 days of battery life, which is pretty much unheard of for like most high-end smartwatches. So yeah, if you have any questions about this product, feel free to leave it in the description, and thanks for watching.